Hey Primary 6 Math Rogers, this is Coach Saiful with your daily dose of math mastery, and today we're going to go into question number 4 of your percentage assessment paper. Alright, so let's take a look at the question immediately. The question is actually pretty interesting. Very interesting. And you know what that means. Okay, so let's take a look. 60% of the members in a Joy Health Club are men. Okay, 40% of the members in a Happy Health Club are men. Okay, that's a different clubs. So one club 60%, the other club is 40%. There are 375 more members in a Happy Health Club than the Joy Health Club. So the question is, the number of men in both the health clubs are equal. So A, find the total number of members in both the health clubs. Okay, so let's take a look at the question right now. Let's draw out some things. In the Joy Health Club, so let's put as Joy Health Club, let's look at the percentage of men. Men is 60%. And women means what? If men is 60%, what are women? Women are actually 40%. So men to women are 60 to 40%, which actually is the same as what? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this very simple. Instead of putting it 60% to 40%, we can just make it as 60 is to 40, which is also the same as what? 6 is to 4, also the same as what? 3 is to 2. Okay, so this is the final one over here. And in the other side, on the other side of the fence, which is what health club? Which is Happy Health Club. Happy. What do we have here is men to women is 40% to 60%. And same thing, we can make it to 4 is to 6. I'm going to shortcut over here, and we have 2 is to 3. Bam. Now, they say that excuse me, they said that the men over here and the number of men over here is actually the same. If they are actually the same, that means 3 units over here is the same as 2 units over here. So I'm going to draw for you a simple diagram. Okay, and happy. Okay. And how much did they say? How many more people there are? How many more people? Sorry. In this case, there are 375 more members in Happy. So 375 more members over here. Okay, 375 more members. Okay, but the important thing is, Joy Health Club, we have 3 is to 2, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we have 2 is to 3. So we have, and the same, imagine that this is the same. This 3 over here is the same as this 2 over here. Okay, I'm just going to draw this as I'm going to try to make this as realistic as possible, but it's a bit difficult. Let me just erase this for a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, something like that lah. Okay, something like that. And as you can see, this 2 over here is the same. This 3 is the same as this 2. So how do we make it common? Okay, how do we make it common? In other words, how can we make them into the same number of units? Okay, what we can do is actually to divide them into equal parts. Okay, in other words, okay, what we can do is, let me just draw this out for you. We can make this into 6 parts. So we have 1, 2, 3. Why do I want to make it 6 parts? Because, okay, take a look. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And over here, I can also make it into 6 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm saying that these are equal. So if I divide this units in this unit, I make it, what I do? I made them into 2 units each. I divided into 2. So I must also divide this into 2. Okay? If I divide this into 3, I must also divide this into 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, as confusing as that may seem, what I'm trying to tell you is actually this whole thing can be divided into equal parts, into very equal parts. Okay, so how do we do this in a more clear manner? Okay, all we have to do is multiply this side. Multiply this side by 2 to get 6. Multiply this side by 3 to get 6. So if we multiply one side, we must be fair to the other. So we times 2 here and we times 2 here. So what do we get? We get 6 is to, sorry, 9 is, sorry, 3 times 2, 3 times 2 is, that's weird. Sorry, 3 times 3, 3 times 3. So 6 is to 9 and 6 is to 4. Now we get the same over here. So in other words, if you were to draw a little model now, what you will see is 6 units, okay, and 6 units, okay, and we have 4 units over here, and we have 9 units over here. And what's the difference? The difference is actually 375 people. So from here, we can do it already. From here, it's very simple. From here, you can tell that 9 minus 4, which is the thing over here, okay, 9 units minus 4 units is actually equals to 5 units, right? And the 5 units gives you how many? 375 people. So 1 unit equals to what? 375 divided by 5. And you get the answer of 75. So 1 unit equals to 75. When you know 1 unit equals to 75, can you find the answer? Yes, you can. They said find the total number of members in both the health clubs. So how many people are there altogether? There are 6 units, 4 units, 6 units, 9 units. So 6 units plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 10. Sorry. This is 10 units. This is 15 units. So we have 25 units. So there's 25 units altogether. Is equal to 75 times 25. And the answer is 1875. Okay, if you got that answer right, I'm going to give you a big high five because you are a math prodigy. Good job. Okay, and for part B, the question is how many more women than men are there in both the health clubs? So let's take a look at the number of men. It's 12 units. Okay, number of women is 9 plus 4, which is 13 units. So 13 units minus 12 units equals to 1 unit. 1 unit equals to 75. So there are 75 more women in both health clubs. Simple. Bam. Okay. So that's basically it. And it's actually simple once you understand the concept behind it again. Okay. And in order for you to do that, you must do a lot more practice and build momentum. Because when you have momentum, your mind begins working so fast. Okay. So fast that it is unstoppable. And all you have to do is take one step forward in your mind and it's going to give you 10 units of results. Like I said, momentum is equal to more results with less effort. With that, build momentum, all right? Use these holidays to build your momentum. And with that, this is Coach Saiful signing off saying you are a math prodigy. Good job.